right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, got a very interesting guest we want you to meet. He has written a book called Nix Land. Tom Nix is the author. He is a pioneer of the check cashing industry. He's an advocate for the underserved, a public speaker. He helps entrepreneurs overcome obstacles. He's the founder of the Nix Check Cashing Company. So we're going to find out. He's written the Nix Land is his book, is his memoir. I mean, it is a book, but it's a memoir. My wild ride in the inner city check cashing industry. And it also says he was a teen street fighter when he was a kid in L.A. Is that right? In L.A.? Let's find out about this from Tom Nix himself. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Larry?
Good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Long Beach, California.
All right. That's a nice area, and you got up early to be with us, so thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. Glad to be on your show.
So tell me about the check cashing thing. Is that the cash advance when you get your payday a week early or something like that?
No, this is we had that service later on in our business history, but the primary business is where somebody comes in with their payroll or government check.
Uh-huh.
They cash the check, and they pay their bills with money orders. And so what people don't realize quite often is there's about 25%, roughly 25% of the adult population in this country that doesn't have a bank account. So the check cashing industry fills that need by allowing people to have what's called a cash and carry bank account. They come in, they cash their check, they pay their bills, they buy their bus passes, money transfer, prepaid cell phone cards, and prepaid debit cards and credit cards and that sort of thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. And did you grow up in the L.A. area?
Yeah, so I grew up in San Pedro, which is the port of L.A., and that was quite a hostile, well, I'd say a rough environment. I was a lowrider kid, a street fighter in a gang growing up in high school. So to be able to transform myself into a professional business person was
so that's
a great accomplishment.
And that's the interesting part, I think, is it's like a double part. Number one, how did you get to that point? How did you, as a young person, end up as a street fighter? And then what pulled you out of it? How did you transform into who you are today?
Well, we're all a product of our environment. So when I grew up in San Pedro, there were about 40, we called them clubs. They're probably called gangs today.
Mm-hmm.
But we had in the low-income area of town, we had a clubhouse there, and we had actually management by objective, if you can believe it, way back then. We had 3 objectives: get drunk, get lucky with the ladies, and fight anyone that looked us in a hostile manner.
There you go.
And so we had lots of fights in those days.
I love that. Management by objective.
Management by
I got to remember that.
I was president of the club. I had them all marching in lockstep.
Oh, nice. Well, you really had a super experience about yourself, also about your family business.
Yes, well, it's absolutely an amazing small business success story when you consider that my dad and I started the business with his life savings of $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, we earned millions of dollars in net profit and finally sold the company for $45 million.
Wow.
So it was a huge, huge success. And what I'm proud of is that we did some great things along the way. We filled important needs in a fair manner for millions of satisfied customers, which, that's really the measurement of the success of a business. Every business, to be successful, you have to find a need and fill it.
Yeah, right.
That's what we did, and we found that need originally in the grocery business. So, we had a mom-and-pop grocery store, and we cashed checks, and we cashed checks for free initially, but there was such a huge need at the bank, and we had so much volume that the banks started charging us a lot of banking fees, so we had to charge for checks. And through that process, realized there was an opportunity to actually build a company.
So how
in
does
the check cashing business.
So how does somebody? I mean, listening to you right now, I would never imagine that you were a guy who was. I mean, forget the part about the girls because that's every guy's story. It doesn't matter if you're a tough guy or not. That's every guy's story. But I mean,
You're
the
right.
part about just fighting somebody. I mean, that doesn't sound like. What you're saying right now, it sounds more like a gospel preacher or something. You're talking about doing good things for your fellow humans, and so how did you become that person?
Well, I had a defining moment where a friend of mine inspired me to listen to a book on tape called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
I know it. Yeah.
Have you heard it?
Yeah. Sure.
It's a fabulous book. It's an old-time book written in the 30s. And that book changed my life because it launched me on a crusade for about 10 years of listening to self-help books and going to seminars. And through that process, I developed what I call life's key concepts. And it's a distillation of all of these things that I was exposed to down to a very, relatively short capsule of what I needed to do to be successful.
Well, now, if I remember right, the Napoleon Hill book, now it's been a long time, but I think I see a connection here. So help me out if I'm right or wrong. If I remember right, the first attraction to that title is, oh gosh, I want to become rich. I want to read this book or listen to the audio tape. Okay. But then the second part is you're listening to this guy making sense. And part of what he says is if you want to make money, you actually have to do something of value for people who that money comes from. It's not like a way to manipulate people into giving you money, but rather, okay, here's your money and here's your bologna sandwich. It's a simple exchange. And he had ethics built into his philosophy.
Absolutely, and part of in our business in terms of ethics, we developed a business of philosophy of going about business with a high level of integrity, a strong sense of fair play, compassion, and being an integral part of the communities we served. And so that was our value blueprint for our business, and we trained all of our employees to make their decisions based on those principles. And the people in decision-making capacity in the company, we asked them to make the decisions that's right from everybody's standpoint, from their own, from the company's standpoint, from the customer, from the vendor. Do the right thing. And so that starts to create huge benefits for an organization. In terms of being involved in an important part of the community, we supported numerous community organizations, which every responsible company should do.
That's right. Yeah, I agree.
We had our own food drive where we fed 1,200 families every Thanksgiving, had our own scholarship program. But I think most importantly, we hired people right from the community. So we served lower income communities, but the people that we hired lived there. They waited on their neighbors.
Tom, who was the we? Would you say we? Was it you and your family members? Did you have partners that were not related to you?
No, but when I say we, I mean our company, our team.
Okay. So it was basically you then.
Well, it was me and my dad in the beginning. He died in 1990.
Oh, okay.
But he was a fantastic mentor for me. And but when I'm speaking of we, it would be our team. It was a we thing.
You're a former football player, so that whole team spirit thing comes natural to you.
Yes, it does, and it's to me it's very important, regardless of what you're involved in, to make sure it's a we thing and not an I thing.
Yeah, good.
And when you went into the community, people didn't know that you were white.
That's right. But you must have read the book.
Yes.
Yes, I mean we were so involved in the community, and when a customer walked into one of our locations, we had 87 locations at our peak. They saw black and brown folks, which was the community we served. And so African American and Hispanic people, were the managers and everything. And in the high 90s, maybe 95% of our employees were either African American or Hispanic. So the assumption was that the owner was also.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so people were shocked to find out that, a
Well,
white man was really running the show.
Another feather in your cap. I mean, demonstrates your ethical position in this world. I'm enjoying the conversation, but we need to take a little break, Tom. So we'll be right back in about 2.5 minutes. It looks like we've got weather and a few commercials. We'll be right back with Tom Nix. The book again is called Nix Land: My Wild Ride in the Inner City Check Cashing Industry. It's his memoir. It's really more about this than the check cashing industry. Mm-hmm. The inner city is a big part of this.
Yeah.
And how he morphed from being the kind of person that you might see as a street fighter to the kind of guy that you want to see helping out with the community. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Thursday, times of clouds and sunshine with a high of 79 to 83. Becoming mostly cloudy Thursday night with a shower late. Lows ranging from the mid-50s in the northern part of the zone to 64 in the south. Friday, sunshine returns with highs in the 70s. Saturday, partly sunny, high 75 to 79. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
WWWOCA, WWWWOCA.
All right, 19 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. When I was a kid, I'd go to the banks, and there was to be a teller there, and there was no 2-inch thick glass between you and the teller, and now you have that big thick glass that's supposed to stop bullets. I hope it does. But it's a different world today, isn't it? And I know that they have them also in the places here in Ocala that have the cash advance, kind of a place that Tom Nix established out in Southern California. Tom Nix is on the phone with us right now. His book is called Nix Land. I wanted to ask you, Tom, if I could, let me just read a little piece from the book and then ask you to tell us that story, if you don't mind. It says, on a Friday, prior to one of the cash pickups, I received a call from a man who identified himself as an LAPD homicide detective. He asked if I was the Tom Nix, who was also a reserve deputy sheriff, and if we were planning on picking up cash from the Golden State Bank tomorrow. I said yes. He told me there was a strong likelihood that we would be killed the following day. What? God, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. I mean, good thing that they picked up on something, but tell that story.
Well, yeah, that was one of the amazing stories that I share in the book. And while we're on it, I just want to tell everybody that not only this book full of lessons learned, it's an exciting book to read. We had a assassination threat from the Chicago mob, a number of TV-style armed robberies. I share experiences from my days as a LA County sheriff. So it's a very interesting book. But to this story specifically, I got this call, and the two homicide detectives came down to I was in the grocery store at this time, and we had our check cashing booth there. And they told me that a guy had bought a machine gun, and the person that sold the gun tipped off the cops to it. And so they knew about the plan to mow down me and my dad when we went to pick up the cash on Saturday morning at the bank. So they said, we'd like to, we're going to stake out the place, and we know where he lives. We have him under surveillance. And
you didn't want your dad. You said, Dad, stay home?
Yeah, so I'm like, well, listen, we can't both be killed at one time, so it's a small business. So I need somebody one of the cops to ride with me, and they're like, we're not going to do that. That's way too dangerous.
Oh.
And I'm like, wait a minute. If you don't have confidence in your deal, in your surveillance program, so finally one of the guys said, okay, I'll do it. So we met, and there was about 20 officers. We met at a parking lot a number of miles away from where we were going to pick up the cash, and then we went to. Went through with the process, and they had helicopters watching this guy also from a high level. He left his house. He came to the bank where we were picking up the cash, and apparently he smelled a rat, and he didn't execute his plan.
Wow.
So one of the things that happened is they had a couple of people inside of the bank, a couple of cops that were, in plain clothes, dressed as just normal folks. But the bank was nervous. So they thought they were getting ready to be robbed, so they kept calling the police department. This was in Downey, California, and the police department knew about the stakeout, but they didn't tell the bank.
Oh, no.
We think somebody in the bank tipped off the bad guy that, hey, there's something going on here.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
somebody in the bank was in on it. Wow.
We don't know for sure, but anyway, so for some reason this guy got nervous and didn't do it, which made it even worse because we had this same setup several more times over the course of a few months where we had where the 1st or 15th fell on a weekend. We had to go ourselves and get the cash on a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So finally it ran out the barrel and it didn't happen. But I definitely am pretty excited to be alive today through all these experiences.
Yeah, really.
And that's just one, because you had the mob guys follow you and your fellows to a convention, and you guys were decked out in bulletproof vests, except you.
Yes.
That was a good part of the story too. Gosh.
That was a good one. And how about the riots? How about the LA riots?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unbelievable story. I have an entire chapter on the 1992 Rodney King riots. I mean, this is an unbelievable story. And the reason for this book is that, I had these things happening. Like, when I retire, I'm going to write a book. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then I did retire, and of course, if you've been retired, you get pretty lazy, and I'm like, nobody gives a darn about that book. But my wife says, look, you've got to write it. You got to write it for the grandkids. Mm-hmm. So that's really what inspired me to go ahead and write this story. And I worked hard at it.
Well,
like I do.
It's surprising. We speak to a lot of authors, and a good number of the authors have written memoirs, and it's kind of the same story. They didn't think anybody would care. But I think as humans, we are all interested in how other people live, and especially, a story like your own. Because if you know somebody right now who's a street kid and you think there's no hope for them, at least a story like yours, in addition to the entertaining parts, but that's that redeeming part of the story that I think is embraced by a certain number of people who read the book.
Yes,
which would make it a good movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, but I'm glad you bring this up, because what's really driving me is to share the knowledge that I use to transform myself with others. Because this what I call life's key concepts, I talk about them in my book, but I also have a free copy on my website, so anyone can get a free copy And if they will implement the concepts that I'm talking about in their life, they can create a much more happy, healthy, prosperous life for themselves. So, I'm retired. I'm 67 years old. At this point in time, I'd like to pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can encourage your listeners to go to the website and pull off a copy and take a look at that would be great.
And tell me the website again.
It's nixland.net, so that's N as in November, IXLAND, nixland.net.
And
also,
go ahead.
Also, while you're on the website, take a look at the news footage from the LA riot. Just incredible.
Okay, I just went to the site. Okay, it's a very orange site.
And the U.S. government is getting involved into the cash advance check cashing places, because I know there's one in our area, and they say that if you're a member of the military or you're the spouse of a member of the military, you can't get a cash advance.
That's true. Hey, but before I forget, the Life's Key Concepts is under the About the Book tab. So just click that tab and you'll see the link.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right now I'm looking at the footage, the news footage. It shows all the drawers open. The whole office is scattered with papers. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and I got my security team there. We had, oh, my God, it was just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point on the check cashing industry and the payday loan industry, two different industries. The payday loan industry serves banked customers. People, to get a payday loan, you must have a bank account and a personal check.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a little different business. That's a much different business than I was in. The bulk of our customers did not have a bank account. We were their bank account. So it's two different businesses.
Oh, okay.
But for the last 10 years that we own the company, we did have the payday loan product. And it actually is a very good product if it's used correctly. And the problem is people abuse that product, and then it's not a good product. It's like a taxi cab. If you order a taxi cab to go a few miles, that's fine. But if you take it on a 200-mile trip, it's silly.
Yeah, good point.
And that's what happens with this payday loan product.
Well, good luck in everything you're doing, and thank you for sharing this with us. I have a copy of the book, Nix Land. Give me a call if you want the copy that was sent to us by Tom. You're welcome to it. It sounds like you can get it for free on the website anyway, so that's good. Nixland.net is the website, NIXLAND.net. But call me if you want the hard book that it was sent to us. And do we buy it on the website? Do we buy it on Amazon? How do we buy it?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.com. The book's $14.95. But the Life's Key Concepts is free, so take a look at that.
And is it coming out as an audiobook?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to fool around with that.
It sounded like you were an audiobook fan. That's why I was asking.
I like the fact. Go ahead.
I am an audiobook fan, but I'm retired, so this is a part-time thing.
I like the fact you have a sports guy with a quote on your cover.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, this has been a great show. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for being with us, and come back anytime if you want to have another book in your retirement.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
That was fun. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Thursday, times of clouds and sunshine with a high of 79 to 83. Becoming mostly cloudy Thursday night with a shower late. Lows ranging from the mid-50s in the northern part of the zone to 64 in the south. Friday, sunshine returns with highs in the 70s. Saturday, partly sunny, high 75 to 79. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. GOP presidential hopefuls are gearing up for tonight's face-off.
Marco Rubio points out this year's race is not like ones in years past.
Usually, when you're the front runner, everyone is saying, please, everyone get out of the race so we can unify around the front runner.
Ted Cruz is urging the party to get behind him before it's too late to take down Trump.
As long as the field is fractured, that benefits Donald. It allows him to win state after state after state.
Cruz and Rubio will join Donald Trump and John Kasich here tonight at the debate.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers in Detroit. A registered nurse who admitted drinking 4 or 5 beers in the hours before assisting in an operation at a veterans hospital in Pennsylvania has resigned. Prosecutors say he told investigators he'd forgotten he was on call. And the number of Americans looking for work last week higher than expected. First-time jobless claims rising by 6,000 to 278,000. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware.
My new house is between 2 lawns that should be on the cover of Lawns Illustrated. I need my lawn to fit in.
I told Sam that during Scott's Days at Ace, he can get the products he needs for a great lawn, like grass seed, fertilizer, and weed killer.
Ace is a place that gives you a magazine cover-worthy lawn. Although Lawns Illustrated is completely made up.
It's Scott's Days at Ace. Stock up and get up to $130 in instant savings on Scott's Miracle-Gro brands, including Ortho and Roundup. Ace Rewards members get savings instantly in store. Offer valid March 2nd through 7th. Store stock only. See participating stores for details.
Geico applauds your inner road champion.
A solid bump from Geico's fist to yours goes out to the little rat that lives within. The one who made you daydream as a kid about owning a chopper, chroming it out, and chewing on toothpicks. Just to look tough. For you, champ, Geico insures motorcycles with great rates. And to further fuel your engine, you can access your policy anytime, day or night through the Geico mobile app. Because Geico knows that even make-believe renegades need help from time to time.
Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smooth treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. Hello Gorgeous. Ocala's premier active adult community has done it again. On Top of the World introduces Indigo East, our newest single-family homes designed for the way active adults live, from just $149,990. You're hearing this correctly. Brand new homes from just $149,990. Join us on March 12th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and see these 5 all-new amazing floor plans for yourself. This is your chance to own a new 2 or 3 bedroom, 2-car garage, single-family home from $149,990. That includes granite countertops in your kitchen and baths, LED lighting throughout, a Whirlpool appliance package, and too many energy-saving features to mention. Don't miss out on this incredible event at Indigo East by On Top of the World. March 12th only. Visit our new Sales and Model Center. Take State Road 200 west of I-75, right on Southwest 80th Avenue. Or visit us online at ontopoftheworld.com. That's ontopoftheworld.com.
Restrictions apply. Subject to change without notice. See a sales counselor for full details. Equal housing opportunity.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Most couples get ring tattoos after the wedding ceremony, not for the engagement, which is smart considering 25% of all engaged couples, they never make it to the altar. Taking breaks help boost our mood and makes us more creative and productive. When a woman feels threatened, she tends to touch the front of her neck or play with her necklace because it's an area that's physically vulnerable. For men, their tell is fidgeting with their tie.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source, WOCA.